There's a phrase I've been seeing a lot lately: going analog. Articles, TikTok, you name it, it's there. I want to talk about it. I'm Garth James, and this is the Book Geek. If you want to support this channel, you're welcome to become a channel member, join my Substack, Patreon, or buy me a coffee. All the links are down below, and if you are interested in just getting involved in the conversation, you're welcome to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, or hit that hype button. I think this is a good conversation to have, right? Let's be real, going analog feels like one of those buzzwords that appears out of nowhere, immediately gets slapped into 1,000 TikToks, and now somehow means everything and nothing at the same time. But I actually want to talk about it, not in its trending on the internet way, not in the let's throw your phone into the sea kind of way, but in a very specific, very millennial, very regret-tinged way. Because here's the thing, our generation, we were the ones that got rid of everything. We decluttered, we downsized, we digitized, we ripped, we burnt, we uploaded, donated, sold, and trashed. And a lot of us kind of regret it. Now, before anyone gets defensive, I'm not saying you need to run out and re-buy every CD, every book, every DVD you've ever owned. Because let's be honest, we've all bought albums for that one song back in the day. One single, track free, everything else absolute filler. And you're sitting there thinking, why is track 7 a 7-minute experimental drum solo with Yoko Ono style screaming? So no, I'm not saying we recreate 1998. You do not need a CD tower in the corner. You do not need a wall of your house to be entirely books you'll never read again. You don't need to turn your living space into a shrine to obsolete formats. What I'm saying is this: that we need to talk about ownership, because let's talk about the psychology of it, not nostalgiaology. Is nostalgiaology a word, or did I just make that up? Because right now, everything we consume, most of us don't actually own it. We stream our music, we stream our movies, we stream our TV shows. Technically, we can even borrow digital books, and things disappear. Albums get pulled, books get pulled, films rotate off of platforms, entire shows vanish into license limbo like they never existed. Or certain companies pull shows because they're tax write-offs. We've all had that moment where we go, I swear this used to be on Netflix, and the internet collectively shrugs. Even books. We download an ebook on sale, 99 pence or 1.99. This is basically free, we think. And then we never read them. They just sit there. Not on a shelf that you can see, but buried in a digital pile you forgot even exists. And that's the key difference. Digital is invisible. And because it's invisible, it becomes disposable. Now, I'm not anti-streaming. Streaming has its place. It's convenient, it's cheap, and it's practical. But convenience has a side effect. It makes everything feel replaceable. When everything is replaceable, nothing feels like it really matters all that much. So here's my actual argument. And it's way simpler than going analog. If something matters to you, own it. If there's an album you genuinely love, not just like, not just play in the background, but love, buy it physically. Put it on in your house, dance around while you're doing the cleaning. If there's an author whose work that shaped you, buy the book. If there's a film you rewatch once a year because it means something to you, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever format still exists this week. Not everything, not constantly, and not out of FOMO. Purposefully. And yes, small public service announcements for the younger generation, because apparently I'm old enough to say this now. You can buy these things called CD or DVD drives for your computer. You can plug them straight into your MacBook, whatever you're using. They read discs, not just CDs, but they also play DVDs, which means, stay with me here, you can watch films you actually own on your laptop. Wild concept, I know. You can rip a CD and turn it into MP3s and put it on your phone, your laptop, a hard drive, or a thumb drive, or even an SD card. You can back it up. You can move it around. You can even and this is where it gets kind of controversial, burn another CD. I know, shocking, archaic technology. Please don't report me for teaching forbidden knowledge to the younger generation, as I stand here in my wizard cape with a staff with a CD on top. One of my biggest regrets, and I mean this, is clearing out my CD collection. At the time, I had 800 albums, and hundreds upon hundreds of singles. And it felt smart, minimal, modern. Now it feels short-sighted. I didn't clear out everything, but there were definitely some albums where I go, I shouldn't have got rid of that because this version doesn't exist on streaming. I still buy CDs. I still buy DVDs and Blu-rays. I still buy physical books. Not everything, not constantly, but key albums. Albums that feel like chapters in my life. I still have a CD player. I still have a bookshelf with actual books on it. I still have a DVD and Blu-ray player. And this doesn't make anyone better than anyone, because I know that tends to come up in these types of conversations. It just means I've learned that streaming doesn't always work for me. Because here's something subtle and important. Owning something physical forces you to sit with what you have. When you own 10 albums you love, you actually listen to them. When you own a shelf of books, you see what you haven't read yet. And when you own a small collection of films, you rewatch instead of endless scrolling. And scrolling is one of those quiet villains of the modern era. You open Netflix, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. You scroll, you add things to a list, you scroll some more and you never play them. 45 minutes later, you're tired, slightly annoyed, and somehow still bored. Ownership removes that paralysis. It doesn't ask where's everything. You ask, what do I feel like revisiting? We live in an age where media is treated as disposable. Watch it once, forget it, move on. And I don't think that's a great relationship to art. And God, I hate the word mindset, but unfortunately it applies here. I see people bragging that they've never paid for music, and that's not really true. You either pay with money, subscriptions, or you pay with data. Or you pay being force-fed advertising. Or pay by letting an algorithm decide what you hear next. Nothing is free. It's just free at the source rather than actually free. And this is where I want to come very clear, especially because I'm talking about consumerism on this channel before. This is not about buying more. It's about buying with intention, purposefully, in this world. If a TV show matters to you, if it shaped you at a time in your life and you rewatch it when you're sick, burnt out or nostalgic, that's not mindless consumption, that's curation. That's saying this has earned a place in my life. And I think we lost that idea a bit. Some things deserve to be permanent. Some art deserves a physical anchor. Not everything exists at the mercy of a licensing agreement or an algorithm revelation. Going analog isn't about rejecting the present, it's about choosing what you don't want to lose. And honestly, I think a lot of millennials feel this pull because we're the generation that watched our stuff vanished. We watched it all disappear. Our old playlist, our MySpace photos, forums, websites, entire corners of the internet that shaped us are gone. So when I buy a CD or a book or a film, it's not nostalgia. It's a quiet refusal to let anything be temporary. Not everything. Just the things that matter the most.